All right. I just want to share something in line with prayer. You see, um, what you see when you come to God in prayer matters. What you see matters. Now, God told his people in the book of Exodus, chapter 25, verse 22, he told his people that they were going to meet him above the mercy seat. They were going to meet him at the mercy seat. That's what God told his people. And you know where the mercy seat was located? The Bible says it was located above the covenant box. Okay? Above the ark. That's where it was located. And upon this mercy seat that God said they were going to meet him, Bible tells us that there was blood that was being placed on that place by the priests. Okay? And remember, the Old Testament is full of shadows, types, and symbols. You know, the blood speaks for you. The blood speaks for you and for me. Now, well, inside the covenant box, the Bible says there was the rod of Aaron. If you study mostly Exodus and Leviticus, you'll find that inside the covenant box, inside the ark, there was the rod of Aaron. Number one, rod. Number two, there was the Ten Commandments. Number three, there was manna inside there. Number four, there was the law of Moses. Now, if you look at the things that were there, the rod talks about punishment. The rod is a symbol of punishment. Okay? Now, the commandments or the law of Moses, it was there, which now brings, which castigates you. It castigates you. Now, the Bible says that when we come to him, he tells, he was telling his people that when they come, they have to meet him on the mercy seat. And this mercy seat, the Bible says, it covered, it was above the rod of Aaron. It was above, the covenant box, which had carried all of the things that I'm talking about here. So when God wanted to meet his people, he says, we'll meet at the mercy seat, where everything has been covered, where the rod of Aaron has been covered, where the law of Moses, the Ten Commandments, have been covered inside the ark. So in other words, when you come to him, the only thing that you will have to see is that you are going to see his mercy. Now listen, if you are to be answered, if you're supposed to see success at your praying, you are supposed to see something when you come to the Lord. Many of the people, they do not receive answers from God because when they come to him, all they see is that they begin to see themselves according to the law of Moses. They begin to see themselves according to their sins, and then they begin to see that God is going to, instead of them receiving answers to prayer, they are going to receive punishment from God. Okay? Now, we are supposed to come and meet him in his mercy. So when you come to God, if you want to see answers in prayer, you need to see that he's a merciful God. You need to see his mercy. That's what the Bible says in the book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16. It says, let us come boldly to the throne of grace so that we obtain mercy and find grace that will help in time of need. So it's a high time that we need to understand that we need to see something when we come to him. We need to see him as a merciful God. We do not have to see him as someone that wants to punish you, but we need to see him as a merciful God. Once you're like that, when you come to him, you see his mercy, you receive answers to your prayers. Okay? Now, Bible tells us in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 6 from verse 3 to 8. 1 Samuel chapter 6 from verse 3 to 8, it tells us the story about Uzzah. 2 Samuel, chapter 6 verse 3 to 8. It tells us the story of Uzzah. The story of how the ark was in a foreign land and how it was being brought from that land. And the Bible says Uzzah, he went, Bible says, and opened the covenant box. He went beyond the mercy seat. He wanted to look into the law. He wanted to look into the Ten Commandments. He wanted to look into the manna. He wanted to look into the rod of Aaron. And when he opened in there, he died. Bible says that they died because they looked into something that they're not supposed to look at. And this is what is happening to many people. When we come to God, the only thing that we look at is that we begin to castigate ourselves instead of looking at his mercy for us to receive answers from God. We come to him and we begin to look at something that castigates us. We begin to look at something, I wish I'm talking to somebody right now. So listen to me. If you want to receive answers to your prayers as you come to the Lord, you need to see his mercy. What do you see when you come to him? Do you see what Uzzah went and saw? Or do you see his mercy? Because what Uzzah went and saw, it killed him. Even though this person was at a place whereby if he just allowed to meet the Lord at his mercy seat, he was going to live and see great things on his life. In Jesus' mighty name. So I charge you today, I encourage you today, that whenever you come to God in prayer, you need to see his mercy. Don't go beyond. Don't open the Ark of the Covenant to see the rod of Aaron that is there. The rod talks about punishment, whereby you are being treated according to the wrongs that you have done. But mercy says, mercy means, yes, you have gone wrong, but I will take away the punishment. I'm for you. That's what mercy is. So instead of meeting him at the mercy seat, Uzzah went ahead to be treated according to his wrongs. And that's why he died. Listen to me, child of God. Your prayers are going to be answered. Your prayers are answered. All you have to do is meet him at the mercy seat. When you come to him, see his mercy, see his grace. Shalom.